gift to NRI is regulated by the FEMA provisions and also by the income tax provisions. NRIs may have interest in many properties in India like liquid or cash, immovable properties, jewelry, paintings and other valuables, shares in a company and interest in LLP. We are just going to analyze the provisions applicable in if the NRIs receives any of the gifts as I mentioned. Now coming to the gift to NRI, the cash or liquid. A resident Indian can gift to NRI the cash or the liquid asset up to an amount of USD 2,50,000 in a year, which is under the LRS scheme, liberalized remittance scheme. Within this limit, the gift can be given to the NRI. The relatives of the NRI can also give the money as a gift directly to his NRO account by way of a check or net transfer. However, it should also be under the overall limit of 2,50,000 USD per year. Now coming to the next item, that is immovable property. NRIs can get the immovable properties which are located in India as a gift, and there is no restriction except that they cannot get the properties which are agricultural land, plantation activities or the farmhouses. Except 3 properties, these properties NRIs can get the properties, any immovable property as a gift and also by inheritance. And the proceeds of the in case the properties are sold, the proceeds can be deposited to his NRO account, from where he can take out USD 1 million per year, which is the limit to take out the money from the NRO account. Now coming to the share capital, NRIs may be gifted share capital in a company in India, but the provisions are stringent. There are certain things which are to be compliant. Number one, prior RBI approval is required. The amount the share capital which is being gifted should not be more than 5% of the paid up share capital of the company. The value of share should not be more than $50,000 in equivalent to Indian rupees. Apart from this, the sectoral cap must have been complied with. The NRI must be eligible to hold the shares in India, in Indian company, and also he should be a relative, that is the donor must be relative to the NRIs as defined under the Companies Act 2013. Now these are the compliances for receipt of share capital of a company in India, which is stringent. And another is the interest in LLP. LLP can receive FDI from NRIs from overseas towards share capital, but there is no provision as to transfer or gifting of the LLP interest to the NRI. So as of now, we assume that no interest of the LLP can be gifted to the NRI, because there is no specific provision for that. So these are the main things, main interest where NRI may get a gift out of the properties which are held in India, and subject to that, these are also subject to income tax laws applicable in India. In FEMA, there is no restriction, however, for receiving the property apart from this, but when the NRI receive the properties, the Income Tax Act has to be followed and he has to pay the taxes as applicable herewith. Like gifting, for gifting there is no consideration for immovable property, but the tax has to be paid under the Income Tax Act. So these are all about the gift to be received by NRIs under FEMA, subject to compliance of the Income Tax Act. Thank you very much.